Yes, top of the moment to you. Anywhere you watch us from, now Property Matta. Now we don't begin. So a few minutes ago, Slimmy plus myself would talk say Engineer Adebo go there around to make sure say take us through this journey of Property Matta. And like we take talk in Dundee, you're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much, Chief. Good morning.
Ilenko.
Ile wa lálàáfíà o.
Because you are dealing with Ile.
Ile abi.
So don't think I'm asking for your family.
Ile àti
Ilenko.
Abi, fine. We're doing very well.
So where Engineer Adebo they carry us go today?
Okay, well, today they talk about NHF loan still. I get a lot of feedbacks from viewers still wanting to know one thing or the other about NHF loan. I know we've talked about it in the past. Okay, but
what do you mean? What NHF gonna mean?
National Housing Fund. National Housing Fund scheme or loan. Okay. You know, so there's a National Housing Fund scheme. That enables people. We've had about 2 or 3 sessions on this before, yes. And so if you've missed any, I think so. If you've missed any of our episodes on it and you want to catch up, I would encourage you to go on WAP TV YouTube page, channel, and watch our past episode, Property Matta on NHF. We have about 2, if not 3 episodes that would help you. Because it's a contributing scheme, right? Okay. Whereby people contribute 2.5% of their salary, into that scheme. Okay. And that entitles them to a loan if they qualify, Now, there is how they can then get that loan, and it's at the cheapest rate you can get in the country, 6%. Okay. There is no loan you can get for that rate yet again in the country.
When you say 2.5% of your salary, sir,
yes, your basic
salary, are we looking at both for private sector and government? You know, say people where they government now,
it's for every Nigerian that is working and earning.
So if me now I want to calculate my own 2.5, I go need to collect my statement of account from WAP and then go use.
Yes, now your basic salary. You know, salary, what you get paid in any employment, has some subtitles. This allowance, basic, this one, and all of that. So the one they call basic, is the one you would charge 2.5% of. So it usually comes to something that is not really that much strenuous.
But it's from the salary on, because if you look, the allowances are different, but the one they go charge is from the salary.
From the basic
salary.
Yeah, the basic component of salary, the basic pay, 2.5%. Then that's what you contribute every month.
But if person won't start, let's start from the beginning. Say ordinary person now, where they wash us. If you won't start, how do I begin? Where I go? Which government place I go?
Well, okay. If we have to start from there, then
let's start because some people are watching us and they don't know
what we have to deal with today, but no problem.
They don't know anything about this thing.
Okay, no problem. So, if you normally contribute this with Federal Mortgage Bank, and you contribute it with Federal Mortgage Bank through primary mortgage institutions, the primary mortgage banks we find around. Okay. So anywhere where you see mortgage bank, walk into them.
I don't know the meaning that.
And try to find out if they are very active. If they are very active with NHF, because some mortgage banks are not really so active, even though by law they are entitled to be able to, by the license they have, they should be able to operate that.
Is it not,
but some are not so active.
Don't they have statutory backing?
No, of course they are. What I'm saying is that they are not as active. Of course, it's safe, but some of them are not as active in this line. Especially for someone that wants to end up getting loan. Is what I'm saying. Some of them they are not focusing on it that much. Or they've not made an inroad, I don't know, into how to process it and get it for people. Whilst
but
there
that
are
should
those
be their basic.
No, it's not.
Primary,
It shouldn't be their basic, but it's part of what they are supposed to be doing. Okay. But there are those that are very established and knowledgeable and experienced about how the inner workings of how to get that NHF loan for people.
Okay.
The mortgage bank. So you want to find out, you want to make inquiry about the particular mortgage bank, both from them and from other sources that you can confirm whether they have that area of expertise. Then open your NHF account with them and be paying your
2.5.
Your 2.5 monthly, okay? To that. It's primarily domiciled with the Federal Mortgage Bank through that bank, okay? Then once you've done it for 6 months, you can apply for loan.
Okay.
You can apply for loan. Now, you know, if you watched our past episode, you will know that there are intricacies to these things. There are intricacies to it, in the sense that I mentioned that the best way really to get to use your NHF loan, to get to qualify for it, is to use it with a developer that has a project ongoing that meets what it is that you are looking for, and that they have a mortgage bank that they are working with to help subscribers who are contributing to NHF apply or secure such loan to buy those properties. It is usually helpful to have that alliance, okay, in the project for you to, because ordinarily the statutory document will tell you that you can get your NHF either to construct on a property, on a landed property that you have, okay, or to renovate an existing property, or to buy a new property. Usually those first two, they are very, very difficult, if not almost impossible, to get the NHF loan in actual operation to do. The one that you can still be able to is to buy a property. And one of the ways you can easily do that is not to just go look for a property on your own, is to look for a developer that has a project that is also taking NHF and has a mortgage bank that is working with them to process for people that are subscribing. It's very important.
Nobody say they go carry money, give me, say go buy the house.
Nothing like that. You will have to bring the offer and all of that. They will disburse to the person selling straight or to the bank. It's the primary mortgage bank that helps Federal Mortgage Bank administer those loans. Okay. So they will disburse through the bank, through the mortgage bank, to the seller of the property, and then keep the document also.
Before we move further,
yeah,
I want to ask this question, because once we don't enter, the question it could be somehow. The question be say this thing now, this 2.5 now. Some people the way they watch us, we be say na ladikpo then they be businessman. Some people na individual business then they do no basic salary. Is it that they are not qualified for NHF?
They are qualified.
How, sir?
Once they are able to, if they have a sort of payment that they pay themselves and they are able to aggregate to say that this is how much I contribute for NHF, once they make that NHF contribution monthly, why not? One of the other ways that they can also access it more easily is if they constitute themselves into a cooperative. And so we encourage them to constitute themselves into a cooperative. And as a cooperative, they will liaise with Federal Mortgage Bank. They will liaise with a developer and they will get it.
You keep mentioning developer, sir. That means that the role of developer cannot be underplayed in this NHF.
At all. Now Bongero. Now Bongero, because at the end of the day, the developer is the one that will provide that property that you are now going to buy from him. Okay. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I get it.
So it's usually the developer that will provide those properties. Yes. So that's why the role is very important. Of course, it's his business. It's the developer's business to provide properties. And one of the ways he would sell those properties is selling them to people that qualify for NHF. So usually developers go ahead to even get mortgage banks that they can work with, that can help them get people that are qualified for NHF. That's why I said it's better to work with those alliances.
Okay, to be practical about this whole thing now, sir, most definitely, if I start NHF now, it's not possible for me to now enter the street and start looking for developer. Has it ever happened, or is it possible for me to start and now still meet the mortgage bank to introduce a developer to me? Of
course, that's what I mean by the mortgage bank you want to be dealing with. You want to be sure that they are very active in this. If they are very active, they probably will have developers that they've been working with before now. And those developers may have current projects that they are on that may meet your own desire. Wow. It may not also meet your desire at a time. That's another different game. That means you may not be able to get from that developer. But if it meets your desire, why not?
Okay, why not? If not, why can't we access NHF loan when it is for everybody? Okay, let's go on this chickeny break. We'll definitely be right back.
The best investment on earth is earth.
The issue of say make a person get house, make a person get land.
Property matter na serious business, so one of the best investments wey person fit get for life. You fit interact with us on top the show or talk to engineer Debo through we phone numbers wey be 08173147589 and 08105434984. You still fit call us on top with Skype ID wey be WAP TV. Shey you be estate agent, surveyor, town planner, or you dey into furniture and you go like make the world sabi your level? Come advertise with us on top Property Matter wey dey shele for WAP TV for every Tuesday.
Yes, NHF, National Housing Fund. How much you know about them? You don't ever access them before. If you even be beneficiary of this thing, we talk about, or you have a foundational knowledge on it, please feel free. Call us. If you don't get experience on top NHF before, call so that those wey dey at home, even we dey here, we go learn one or two things from you. Our phone lines are open. Feel free, call in. Tune in, tune down the volume on your TV set, and please, if you access the Skype, call us on top Skype, where our ID na WAP TV. Okay, Engineer Debo, you make us realize the role or importance of developer
yeah.
in this NHF.
Yeah, the developer, like I said, is the provider of these housing units, you know. So usually, you work with the developer. Ordinarily, you will have felt that if I want to buy a property, maybe I should just go to town and look for a property that is available and then buy, you know, and they get to pay for it and all, Federal Mortgage Bank through that loan. It doesn't really work out that way. The reason is that if there's a property out there, just out there in the market, it may be difficult for someone, a seller, an ordinary seller, to just be waiting for you. They've given you offer letter. You are now taking it to your mortgage bank. They are taking it to Federal Mortgage Bank to process loan for you. That takes a process. Usually it takes a long process. And sometimes, most times, not sometimes, an independent seller may not be ready or able to wait, you know, for that cycle of process to be concluded before it's now paid. So that's why you get to go with someone who has it within his program. Okay? He knows these dynamics. He's even working with the mortgage bank, and they are now looking for you that you be interested.
And you need them.
Yes, to even come in and buy. And so they will take you through it. He knows the process. Most of the time, they know how to close the gap between when you apply and when you get, because sometimes it takes a long time. So some banks, they would structure what they call a normal commercial loan for you. Okay. First. Do you understand? When they structure that will be ongoing. By the time your NHF comes, it will now take you out of that regular one. And because it will crash your rates. Okay. You know, yeah, because like I said, NHF rate is 6%. That's probably the lowest you can find. Not probably, the lowest you can find in the country till now. Okay. But I must tell you that it's not a walk in the park. Okay. It's something that you must address your mind to. And you must know how to get the best for yourself within that bracket. So, for example, they can only give between 0 and 15 million. Okay. And that depends on what you qualify for. There is a criteria for pre-qualification. Okay. They can only give between 0 and 15 million. So sometimes some people will qualify for 15, some will not qualify for 15.
What is the prerequisite?
Of course, they would ask you a few questions, and those are some of the 5 questions we wanted to. That we wanted to, that would help you to pre-qualify. They will ask you a few questions.
Let's see question number 1.
Okay, well, question number 1 is, what is your net monthly earnings? Just to determine whether you qualify, these are some of the questions you would need to answer. What is your net monthly earnings? Earning as in income.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your monthly and what's your net? Net, what comes to you at the end of the day?
Which means that even people where they do trader, where we say they be sole proprietor too, they still feel get say at least now like this at the monthly they enter for me.
Yes, now at least when you say so, maybe they must have personal income different from their business income.
How?
They should have been able to separate their business from themselves. If they've not done that, they will be helped to do that. But don't forget that it is what you earn that determines how much you even contribute in the first place.
Let's be practical, Engineer Adebo.
Yeah.
Let's assume, for instance, now as I did now, say I be businessman and maybe not cement I they say. So you understand? For maybe Muslim or you are the same cement. Say that's me where they say. Say no be him be my. Say be na him be my business and him be my profit.
So you are a self-employed person. That's what you are saying. Eh? But you know that best business practice, you would also have been taught that it's good to separate your business, what they call working capital, from what you will be spending every month.
Circulating capital.
Okay.
Okay.
From what you'll be spending every month on yourself, like a salary. So they would usually tell any businessman, best practice, have an amount you take out from your business, like your own allowance every month.
Yes.
That is how much, so that you won't be, otherwise, if our needs are, insatiable, so you...
Engineer Adebo, now school we no go. We say we get business sense. Pass most of them we go do business administration.
Seriously.
I call but because we dey tell ourselves say enter call anta. Business money we know they touch am at.
So where you can't they get the money? Because that's why you ask the question. Where
now,
you can't they get the money where you they touch?
Yeah, that mean if we don't make this thing, our own profit, I mean your sort of come on down. Now that way go they spend small. Don't be say you want to take something, they can't sell 2 bags of cement. Hello, if you're we no need do am. Now the interest,
the profits where you don't calculate. And if you are doing that, that means you also have an idea of how much you earn.
Yes, now.
So that's it. That's how they will calculate. So they will see how much did you sell last month, how much did you sell in the last 6 months. What is your percentage of profit there? That's how much you claim you want to earn. But you know, a good businessman, that's why they are better. People that went to school are better than you. That is not You know why I'm saying so? Because ordinarily, best business practice is that you actually allocate an amount for yourself, yes, but a lot of entrepreneurs also want to earn as they work. They also want to feel, if the business is doing well, they also want to feel it in the way they live their lives and all. There is no problem about that. What you are advised to do is to then have a percentage. You understand? Maybe a percentage of what your profit is what you allocate to yourself in a month. So the month you do well, there is a percentage. The month you don't do so well is a percentage. So that way you know how much you are making, not of all your profit, but a percentage of your profit, because it's also a good practice to reinvest into your business. Hey, plow back into your business.
During the days of Awolowo, free education. When we are doing cocoa business, don't let us go there. I cover everything. Calculation
is gunshot. It's inside your kidney.
Although I get picking, we go there me write everything.
Where they write out for you.
Even if I don't know what to write, I shall know say
write something there.
Then bag of cocoa.
You know, so once you know that, then it's easier for you to know how much you'll be contributing, and that is also what helps to determine, part of what helps to determine how much you qualify for. Okay. You know, so your monthly net earnings, what do you earn? Not what you make in your business as a self-employed person. Okay. Salary person is even easy. You know how much you take home. Of course. You know, and when they say net, the implication of it is that if there is a loan you are servicing, you know that is already.
This is a garaga.
If there is a loan you are servicing, you know that is already eating into your net. Is what you take home. It's very important.
But can the loan you are servicing affect net? Because the loan is there, the net is there.
You know why it would affect? Why it will affect is that if you are servicing any loan,
Okay.
and it's for a fairly long time, it would affect your affordability. It will affect what you can pay to now service this new mortgage loan you want to take. At least it will affect it for the period, exactly, for the period that you are still servicing that other loan.
So they will put your loan into consideration.
They will put it into consideration. They will put it into consideration to know that, okay, this is what this man can easily, okay, pay. Because also by practice, you are not really, one of the things they use to gauge what you qualify for is the fundamental principle.
Sorry, we have a caller. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning.
Emekus.
Emeka, you don't ever access this National Housing Fund scheme before. I be just the hear about them.
I don't hear about them before. The reason why they call me say I don't try find mortgage bank for my area. I no see you.
Which area you there?
That challenge the last time.
Isheri area.
Isheri, you go come out small.
Let's know www.isheri.mortgagebankday.com. Everything, don't worry. That's why we bring
don't worry.
If
Isheri, you go come out small. You go reach like Ikeja at least.
You know far now. But you there for Ikeja.
Emeka, of course, there are mortgage banks that have branches in Ikeja or even their head office in Ikeja. So you go come out small, Emeka. You go come out small. You say just
100 naira. You only the white sand. You go first use leg. There's some place you have a gbede white sand. You have a gbede Jack and the gate.
Exactly, because
then you now enter. You know far.
From Isheri to
John. Why you are there? You know you dey very plenty dey head in it.
I hear you.
You don't enter Jack and the gate. You don't enter Jao. You can just take. And
you know the funniest thing. You know those times that we had civil disturbance in the country and people are stranded and they have to trek long distance. I've had the experience of trekking from mile 12 to Oshodi before. I almost died.
Yes, I'm going to make you stronger.
So this you are there. That is plus try to use every available shortcut.
And the funniest part, you people will be many. So before you know it, you are just.
But partners. I remember that in secondary school we have John from Abuja.
Okay, good morning, John. Good morning, John. John, you did, yeah?
Oh, I think.
Call us back.
Yeah.
So you said the loan where you the service go affect your net earning. They go check them out, say how much you the service.
Yes, so very important. They will check it out. Then they will then also find out whether you have additional means of income. Any additional income. You know, say sometimes people they work salary. They see they get side hustle, or husband they work, wife also they work.
Okay.
Now if we combine in our income, to apply for this thing, it's possible.
Okay.
You understand? So they will find out whether there is any other extra income
for somebody
that you make.
For somebody who is actually paying this thing, the 2.5 from his salary, where they pay him and everything they go, and he can't get wahala with him work. Is there any provision for that? Is there any okay.
Ebuka from Abuja.
Ebuka, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing, Mao?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, Ebuka, how Abuja?
I'm fine.
So you don't hear of NHF before?
I just hear about that now, but I want to ask one question. For person if you say you get your own business, now how do you take calculator for them?
We don't talk and small, but make I just go back. You get how much you they make for your business now when you they spend on your own, abi? So now that kind of amount, then go sit down with you to calculate on. But the best approach is look for a mortgage bank that knows about NHF workings. Sit down with the account officer. They go guide you as to how to determine how much you are contributing.
Before we go sharply, the question where I ask, if anything happen to somebody where they receive salary but they pay way before, What?
As long as you are not getting salary, you won't pay now. Once you now get another job, you resume your payment.
The one where I don't pay that time, nothing go do am.
Nothing go do, a day there. And you can only get it back after retirement, after 60 years. After you are 60 years of age. It's a contributory scheme, so you are supposed to contribute into it till you retire at 60.
So anytime when I get job back, I feel continue.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
And you get it with the interest that they pay.
Well, thank you very much, Ike.
Thank you.
See you next week.
See you next week. Yeah.